You're a campaigner for Chelsea FC's Asian Soccer Star to engage the participation of Asians in football. Tell us a little bit about that, and also how important is that in getting Asians into football, and also are parents an obstacle to Asians getting into football and making it a career?
Well, in terms of the Asian Star campaign run by Chelsea, my involvement purely came from a school perspective, and it was more to do with the promotional side of things. So, working in a school and, liaising with different schools, my role, I suppose, it was to do with, distribution of leaflets and just making it, the publicity side, making it, marketing it, making people aware. In terms of what the club does for Asians as a whole with regards to that, we have to remember that, the number of participants, we're looking at maybe 350, 400 tops. So it's not a massive amount. It's a good amount, but it's not a massive amount. And what I found, particularly with the distribution and the marketing side within schools, parents were a barrier, absolutely, because the young kids are not going to get there unless their parents take them there. Often it was to do with venue. It was really far. Some who were genuinely interested in football, the idea of going to Chelsea's training ground in itself was a great idea. So that was brilliant. That inspired them and motivated them to take their kids. But a lot of it, from what I found, particularly from the areas that I worked in, was to do with that it's on a weekend, parents are already busy, they've got stuff going on, it's really far. It's going to take over an hour and a half perhaps to drive there. Especially we're looking at from Brent, for example, to Surrey. It's quite a distance. So the inconvenient side of it. And then with that, it was obviously had implications, the fact that they, clearly not that interested in football anyway, in terms of the parents, because if they, those who are very enthusiastic will drive for hours on end, will take their kids from one end to the other.
Sacrifice.
Exactly. You'll make sacrifices. I think doing anything is a great thing, so I think the idea of it, is great. It's the impact of things that I look at. I think doing things are brilliant. I think you can campaign all you like. What is going to be the impact of your campaign? So if, for example, you're holding an event where only one player from a selection of 400 is going to be selected, that's just one. What about 399? What's going to happen to those? So what are you selling it for now? Is it for experience?
Mm-hmm.
Is it that you want to show as a club that you're doing something to support the Asian community? If so, my angle is, does it have to be just on a event? Can it not be through? Do little pockets of things through it? It's like you got continuity, not just this is one bam through the year. Those are the type of questions, but this is me purely as a deputy head who runs events in schools. I'm looking at, for me, it's all about impact. You're gonna, if you say to me you're going to do something, excellent. What impact are you going to have? What are the results?
That's a good point. Well, that is a good point. I think we've been asking ourselves that in terms of Pitch Talk as a program. So it's a case of try to do that.